Welcome to Generation Flux. I'm your host, Casey Gerald. I'm here today with the legendary Bob Greenberg, founder of RGA, one of the leading marketing agencies on the entire planet. Bob, thank you so much for being with us.
Nice to see you.
You are the oldest Generation Fluxer. I am the youngest. Now, don't say that as an insult. I don't mean that as an insult. But I want to start with where it all began. You do the title scene for Superman, the movie. But you said somewhere that you had no idea how to actually do it. So you're kind of faking it till you make it. How much of your career has been sort of saying or imagining or convincing yourself that you can do something and then figuring out how to do it after somebody has said, okay, Bob, you got it?
The whole thing.
Everything.
Everything. Because what we did is my brother and I, when we took this tiny apartment that was 300 square feet, when we got the job to have the titles flying through space, we had no idea how to do that.
It's so funny to think about sort of you and your brother, two legends in the industry, staying in a 300 square foot apartment, sleeping in a bookcase, right? I mean, you're sleeping in a bookcase. I mean,
no, my brother was in the bookcase. I was in a closet. Because when you closed the door, it actually was a closet.
My goodness. Do you ever feel that you've been compromised? I mean, how do you still keep the countercultural aspect when you're working with the biggest brands and companies on the face of the planet?
I think it's because I'm never comfortable. I'm working harder now at 66 than I ever worked at 24.
Wow.
So, you know, the dreams and the ideas are bigger than before.
But now you work even more. I mean, what is still driving you?
Retirement isn't what people think. Retirement is probably doing 85% of what you like, then you're retired. It could happen anytime. So my goal's always been to be retired that way, not retired like my father, who left something that he was doing, stopped working, and started to sort of deconstruct in front of my eyes. In an effort to not have that happen, the nature of it has to be that you always have to be growing, and you always have to be changing, and you always have to be implementing, just slightly behind the curve.
Do you ever think that's a bit selfish? And is that a problem? If it is, it could be selfish and that'd be totally fine.
Well, I think my whole life is selfish. So that's another thing, because if I wasn't selfish, I would have kids, I'd have a dog, I'd have plants. We don't have shit. I think I have one very big benefit of being dyslexic. So I would see a pattern of things that I think everybody sees, and it always, always surprises me that they don't. So we're always known by what we did last.
Right.
And then that's the biggest problem with innovation, is when we were doing title design, it took us forever to get out of being categorized that
Title
way.
people, right.
Because people want to pigeonhole you all the time, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we have to fight that all the time.
Well, you have legitimized our show, and we appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining us on Generation Flux today. It has been a real pleasure to spend time with the legendary creative technologist, seer of the future, Bob Greenberg. Bob, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, thank you.